Welcome to Audible Interlude, a G.I. Joe podcast. I'm your host, Dave West, codename Phantom Troublemaker.
And I am your co-host, Noel Wood, codename Crapshoot.
And I'm your Cobra intern that's loose, but has all of his accessories, codename Legion Cub.
Cobra intern of ill repute.
That's right. You can follow us on Instagram at Audible Interlude Podcast and on X at G.I. Joe Audible. Check out audiblearmy.com for early ad-free access, bonus content, behind-the-scenes looks at things, special unboxings, all kind of stuff like that. There is only one tier, $1.99 a month, gets you all kinds of extra stuff. audiblearmy.com. Thank you to Toylanta for giving us this space to work in. It's a nice, intimate little room, which is good because we've got an intimate little group of people here.
It's nice. And there's also
We're loud.
this special control room. I kind of feel like we're being watched by some secret government agents or something.
I mean, I'm fairly sure we are.
Yeah.
Look, this guy right here is spying on us right now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what better goes along with G.I. Joe than spies? Like, they had a whole wave.
I just wish we had known that there was a projector in here because we could have just streamed this thing from home.
That's true.
All right, so vendor shout-outs. We've already done a little bit of shopping today. We're going to talk about some of the vendors out there. Kristian, you just we're not going to show the stuff yet, but we just want to talk about who's here.
Oh my gosh.
Destro's Toy Den.
Yeah. Take my money. Take my money.
Destro's Toy Den is not in the main room this year. I was actually talking to him, and he was in Mexico when registration went up, so he actually had to get in the side room.
Well, that's what it feels like.
He was like, we don't need the main room. We're that good.
His room is in Mexico because you need the Get Smart music playing when you try to find it, because you have to go into a hall, into a room, to the back of that room where there's a door that opens up into another room.
You have to walk through the 501st setup to get into there.
Yes.
And that room is discombobulating because it's a triangle. So you think you're about to make your third turn.
Right.
You're like, wait a minute, everything looks familiar. Oh wait, this is a triangle, it's not a square.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, so I was right next to that and didn't realize, because the 501st, it seemed like there should have been more, and then there wasn't.
Yeah.
So I just didn't make it over there. All right, I got to get back over there when we're done with this. We want to first of all, we want to give a shout out to our pal Thor Golden Cub, who is actually here live.
Yeah!
Picked up some these are book page sketches. I went right for the Sergeant Slaughter. These are from Jared Alberic, who is here in attendance and who does just some really cool art. We might actually have to talk to Jared about getting some Audible Interlude work done.
Hey.
We're still looking to find that Sunbow illustrator.
And you could get some of your show notes could be the background for some of these.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Hey.
Not only could we have marketing materials, we can have merch.
There you go.
Speaking of merch, Kristian, could you hand me that Big Bad Toy Store box right behind you there? BigBadToyStore.com, my favorite online toy retailer. We have, now these are not just available when you see us live and in person. You can hit us up at Audible Interlude Podcast on Instagram. And we have got hats just like the one that I'm wearing right now. These are here available live at the show. If you're interested in a hat, let us know. We will hook you up. And we will be giving away over the course of this panel to the live audience, the expensive live audience. We have got Audible Interlude itty bitty ditty bags. So we've got a little treat coming up in a little bit here. We'll be doing some giveaways and we'll probably end up walking around the show. But for anybody watching this on YouTube after the fact, you missed it. Which means you also don't get to vote for the greatest team of all time.
That might work in my favor.
I think it's going to work. Well, what's going to happen is it's going to get really vicious between the three of us because we're going to be deciding.
I feel like I can give the glare to the people in the audience so that if they start to go the wrong direction, don't cross me.
You're going to have to deal with the fury of Kristian if you
because we're not
go
having
right
the
way
Crimson
on this.
Guard
No, there's not going to be, and the Crimson Guard is in this one as well too. Which is, I want to give a shout out to Fantastic Toys. Made a purchase there earlier. They are going to be at Joe Fest as well. We hit them up here at Toylanta, and I forgot to get it out of the car, but I got a Dragonfly that you can check out at audiblearmy.com. I will do a full rundown of my new old Dragonfly. Noel, hit anybody?
I have, but I was going to save it for when we do what we get.
Okay,
I also have a feeling that we'll not be the only one that talks about certain things.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
So, yeah.
So we got a little bit of news to talk about to kick things off here, which is always nice to have. We got some name reveals from the Adventures in Collecting podcast. Lenny, Emily, and Tony all showed up on that podcast. And look, if they can get over their nerves, then I know we're going to be able to have them on the show. Mm-hmm. I get it. We're big superstars. We make people a little nervous, but it's cool. We're regular people just like everybody else. So Lenny, Emily, Tony, you guys, we're not going to big time you. Come on the show. Right. We'll have
It'll
fun.
Be candlelight. It'll be.
I mean, if it's just Lenny, it might be. But seriously. So we found out that Blowtorch and Road Pig confirmed for Classified. Pretty excited to see. I have a feeling Blowtorch is probably going to be done up kind of like Tripwire. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Like a deluxe figure with a lot of different options where, well, one, whatever the tooling is, because a lot of people have said they think they can use the Mole Rat maybe for a base for Blowtorch, airtight, and I just don't see it.
No.
Yeah. I think Blowtorch has got to be new tooling. We've talked about it before. I want most of his gear. I don't want little slippy pieces. I don't want his padding and everything to be like the thigh pieces on Classified figures. Like I want that stuff to stay in place.
Yeah.
I want it to be relatively well fitted.
Yeah, almost like how they did it for the 25th version.
Yeah. He needs to be sculpted and not killed. But we've already seen Torch's flame effects.
That's what I was thinking.
Pretty sure we're going to see those, but hopefully more.
Well, because in their Star Wars line, they have bigger flame effects, so I'm wondering if they're going to just upsize those.
I would be fine with that
because
they did that vintage collection set with Grogu and the flamethrower trooper, and the flame effects in that are awesome. Now we don't necessarily need the magical ball of not being set on fire, but yeah, they could do some really really cool stuff. I think Blowtorch, and there's so much debate about what is worth being a deluxe figure.
You know what? I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. If he comes with a pork chop sandwich, deluxe, I will pay that.
Yeah, you're right.
I won't even question it.
If they ever do an Ultimates, you know it's going to come with a pork chop.
Oh yeah, Super 7 does it. It 100% will.
Yeah.
And it's a shame. I don't know what happened that they weren't able to continue the reaction figures they were doing based on the PSAs. Because something happened. They did the 2, and that was it.
Yeah.
Maybe they're waiting for April 1st again?
No, I think something happened as in, we can't do those.
Oh, I feel like now we will have an investigative episode.
Well, Brian Flynn will be at Joe Fest.
Exactly, so he can't get away from us this time.
I will save the candles from Lenny's candlelight dinner for Brian Flynn. Road Pig.
I wasn't surprised.
I mean, this is one that it's just overdue. We know how much Lenny loves Road Pig, and he's talked about it for the last 3 years, so it was just a matter of time.
I want Road Pig. I don't want him to be using any existing bucks.
No, he needs to be big.
I want him to be the Mirage Triceraton, like NECA did that.
Yeah.
I want him to be that thick and wide. And that's really what I want. I don't even really want him to be that tall necessarily. He should be a little taller, but I want him to be a wall o' beef.
Yeah, I mean, he could be, Roadblock gung-ho tall, where he's a little bit taller than the rest of them. But yeah, he needs to be beefy boy.
When is the last time you looked at your gung-ho figure? In relation to the other figures?
He's like a foot. He's like a head taller than Spirit.
He's massive. I was moving my stuff around the other day because I've got to make room. He really is like way bigger than I realized he was. He's which is fine. It's just if you haven't looked at him in a while, because I get the figures, I open them up, I do the review, and then they go on the shelf, and eventually I'll have to move them to put something else there. But I'm not every day like examining, my classified figures. So moving stuff around, I was like, man, he really is.
Yeah, he's a big
Good
boy.
bit taller. Other news. So, who here is familiar with Valaverse, with the Action Force stuff? Okay, so this is actually a huge announcement, and I think it's going to be a massive boost for the Vanguard. Valaverse, or Action Force, there's going to be a vehicle called the Vanguard. We've talked about it on the show before, and it looks pretty awesome. We got some comparison shots on Instagram next to the Vamp. It is a large vehicle.
Yeah, because we got the pictures of it with the HISS tank. When the HISS tank shipped,
Right.
It's almost the same size as the HISS tank.
Yeah, it is a big, serious vehicle. As a matter of fact, tonight, and anybody watching this after the fact, Saturday, it's probably posted on the 3POA YouTube channel now. They're doing a live unboxing of one of the prototypes of the Vanguard to go through all of the pieces, all the different parts and everything. I'm very curious to see that. But anyway, free shipping on the Vanguard now. Bobby Valor renegotiated it was just time to renegotiate the contract with UPS for their shipping, and as a result, they're able to offer free shipping on the Vanguard, which is huge, and I actually think will probably make a difference in the numbers on it.
Yeah, because I would have
Listen,
thought
Super 7.
Well, no, Super 7's got their flat rate $7 shipping now.
Well, but not,
I mean, free would be great, don't get me wrong, but
not for the $500 Kickstarter.
Well, it didn't come in, that didn't start until after that.
Right. But yeah, that deterred a lot of people.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
$100-something.
$130
Yeah.
shipping, I think it was nuts. But I mean, we're a free shipping society. And it kind of boggles my mind a lot of time, and I understand that shipping comes into play, but I had a conversation with somebody on one of the reviews that I did, and they're like, well, this isn't worth $35. And I was like, it's $25. What are you talking about? And like, well, if you pay shipping or whatever. I was like, well, don't pay shipping. Sign up for premium or do whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't.
that's so weird because even with the stuff that I buy off of eBay, when I tell people what I paid for it, I never think of the shipping. I'm like, it's this. Okay, if it's $10 shipping, I pay it, but I only paid $10 for this figure.
And that's the convenience for a lot of those things. If it's something that you can't just go to the store and buy,
Right, exactly.
Right.
you're paying for a little convenience.
That's a different story, because that's what I'm looking at is the price shipped. Like when I'm looking on eBay, I'm not looking at, well, this is $25. I'm looking at, well, it's going to be $35, but I can't go buy it in person somewhere, or I can't, like, I trust the seller, whatever the case may be. Like, it's not even really necessarily the shipping, it's the convenience of whatever it is.
Well, and like when I'm buying something from Walmart or Target, if I'm like, oh, they've got this toy on deep clearance, like when I bought my Python officers last week,
Yeah.
I had 2 of those in my cart, and I was like, well, that's not enough for free shipping. But if I add this other thing that I know I can use because it's Target and
Batteries.
yes,
Always get batteries.
batteries, toothpaste, you can find something that you can get free shipping. So
But you know what you don't need shipping for? Coming to Toylanta.
That's right.
I don't know, I got shipped here enough.
Noel was shipped here in a HasLab box surrounded in that itchy new packing material that they use. The web stuff.
Yes, the eco-friendly
Yeah.
packing
Yeah.
material.
Which, it's great, but also if you're not careful with it, you can just slice yourself off. I'm not, I don't
I
know.
have not
You're
had
not a
that issue.
16-year-old golf girl.
No, I'm not into it. I'm not into it. So Vanguard gets free shipping. Existing orders are included, so if you have already paid, they're actually going through all of those orders and refunding the shipping to the customer, which I think is pretty impressive. And the Vanguard pre-order closes on March the 31st, so you've still got some time to get in there and order yourself a Vanguard. I'm very curious about this vehicle. As I've said before, I'd love to have one. It's just there's too much. You can't have everything.
Yeah.
What you got?
You can buy it from
Project.
Valaverse, but you can also pre-order on Big Bad. Do you
Yes.
guys think that one is better support than the other?
In general, I try and buy it directly from the person making it, from the manufacturer when I can. One, because I just don't want Big Bad. I mean, it depends on what it is. But Big Bad is great about returns, but at the same time, I don't want to hassle them with stuff. So, like, if there's no, with the Super 7 Ultimates, because I'm a huge fan of those, I like to order direct from Super 7, but if I feel that Big Bad's going to get them first, because we all know you pre-order them, they take about 2 years and then you get them. But if I feel like, Big Bad's going to get them in a year and 11 months rather than 2 years, I'll order from Big Bad. But they've always been great about replacing stuff. I've never had any trouble with their customer service. But when you can, buy from the manufacturer, because they're going to have more resources to help you.
And they're also going to get more of the cut too. So if
Yeah,
you're ordering from Big
yeah.
Bad, they're paying a premium to Big Bad to have them distributed.
Which is why Super 7 is offering those little packs now to try and get you to order from them, because they want that business directly to them. A good example of ordering directly from the manufacturer. Years ago, I got a Mezco 112 Collected Punisher, and when mine arrived, the shoulder was just out. Because of the way that those are designed, you can't just get in there and fix it. Like, it's got the soft goods sewed up over
You
it.
need microchip to do that.
That's exactly right. I contacted I literally called Mezco on the phone, and it said, "Hello, this is Mezco," and I was like, "Hey, what's going on? I need a Punisher body." They just sent me another body with a return box to send them mine. So when you're dealing with the manufacturer, potentially you can get just parts replaced if you've got, because the problem, let's say with the Super 7 Ultimate, this happened. I got a Tigra that had some paint scuffs on it. I was like, and I bought it from Big Bad. Sent it back to Big Bad. They sent me another one. Well, it had a different QC problem. And I was like, well, if I had known this, I would have just kept the first one I got, because this wasn't as bad as that. And with the manufacturer, potentially, like if, let's say Tiger's whip had been broken, you could just get the whip from Super 7 as opposed to having to get the whole figure again. So it just depends. All right, let's talk about some stuff that we've picked up here at Toylanta. I already mentioned I grabbed a Dragonfly. I'll be doing a full breakdown of that. Not breakdown, that's the wrong word to use.
Wiki.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll
We're going to break it down.
I will do that.
AudibleArmy.com.
I will do that. Yeah, audiblearmy.com. Check out a video review of a vintage Dragonfly. Noel, what have you got?
So, well, first of all, I'm going to start with this. This is something that I picked up here, but it's not something I bought here.
Uh-oh.
This is...
That's cheating, Noel.
Well, so I just wanted to... This is from the G.I. Joe Ultimates Super 7. A little while back, Entertainment Earth had a big deal.
Oh,
They were
yeah.
selling them really cheap, and myself and Brian Hoffman, who's also here as a vendor, went in so we could get free shipping on a bunch of stuff, and these were like $12 a piece, so I got the whole wave. So now I got the Duke, I got the Snake Eyes, and I got 2 bats, because I already had a Cobra Commander and 2 bats at home. So I'm now army building Ultimates bats, which is...
Oh no.
Which sounds terrible until you realize that I'm getting them for $12 a piece.
Yeah.
But as far as this show goes,
Oh, yes.
I had to go see Retro Toy Quest because just this beautiful photography. I have the 82 and the 83 up on my wall. This is,
You talk, I'll show.
Yes, this is the 84 edition, which he just recently put out. He's also got some other G.I. Joe collections. He's got the Flag, he's got Tiger Force, he's got a few other collections of stuff out there. But he's right here, if you are here in this room, he's in this hall, right across from registration. So go see him. He's got these awesome posters. And he's not just G.I. Joe stuff, he's also got a lot of other toys as well. And some other products.
You are going to want to visit bluemilk.shop and get yourself a copy of the Toy Collector's Wish book. This is also, if you're here in the audience, this is available at that table right over there. This book is incredible. It's recreating the Wish book experience that we grew up with. As Noel just showed you, The book is full of images like this. The first volume here has Clash of the Titans, The Adventures of Indiana Jones from 1982 from Kenner, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, A-Team, Rambo, Force of Freedom, Chuck Norris, Karate Commandos, and Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. And there's a gentleman named Tim Effler who is here on site with Retro Toy Quest signing. He did a spotlight interview in the book where he talks about working on the Indiana Jones line and some of the other stuff he's done in his career. I'm going to get him to sign this because this book is incredible and I cannot wait for volume 2.
Such a nice, like, good-looking book too.
Oh, it's
That
beautiful.
Nice matte
It's-
finish.
yeah,
and
yeah.
Glossy pictures.
This is, I've got a lot of different books from a lot of different like crowdfunding Kickstarter type projects. This is the classiest one I have. You know, sometimes those, because the creators don't necessarily know about page margins or fonts or binding or whatever else. A lot of times, folks with the best intentions put out a product that's not the best.
It's got good content, but it might not be as
This
visually.
feels like something you could have walked into Walden Books and bought in like 1992. It's beautiful. I love Walden Books.
Right.
Okay, real quick. Walden Books, B. Dalton, or what was the other one?
There was it Walden Books that had that gigantic store on Memorial Drive back in the 1980s? If you remember
wow.
that here in Atlanta?
No.
There was this huge Walden Books. I mean, it was probably
Whoa.
like 8,000 square foot store. It was
Oh my
like
gosh.
it was that may be an exaggeration, but like they just had tons of different sections. I would go spend hours in that store.
No, I didn't know anything about
Yeah,
that.
we only had Walden books.
Well, Walden
So-
Books for me was it. All right, so more of what did we get? Let's see here. I've got a couple
Oh,
of
the
things.
anticipation.
Christian, do you want to do a double reveal? So we stopped by the first purchase we made actually.
Yep.
First purchase we made, the brand new Super Joes. We talked about these on the show. Check out Super Joe Unlimited on Instagram. But I gotta review this.
They look amazing.
They look fantastic. So
Kristian's dream come true right here.
It is. Oh, well, I mean, that one practically looks like me.
well, that's why I bought it. I bought the special Christian edition.
And they have more plans for monsters
Yes.
that are not
These
from the adventure.
crazy creatures.
Yeah.
Well, they even
They're
had
doing Crusher, like
yeah.
I geek out.
But they just look like a ton of fun. And like I said, as soon as I saw this, I was like, I gotta get one of these so I can open it and do a review. So Super Joe's Unlimited. That was the very first thing.
Oh, and for all of our listeners, he is.
Oh yes. Okay. So we have had several members of the Audible Army tell us about the Kentuckiana G.I. Joe Toy Expo, and that is who is here with the Super Joes. So we talked to him. We are going to have him on the show, and we're going to talk about maybe making a little trip up to Shepherdsville, Kentucky, to check out this show. We're going to push really hard to do a panel there.
Well, yeah. So y'all put that on your calendar. You hear?
Let's see, what else? And I got a few figures. I'm going to save that one for last. I have never owned just a regular old Night Creeper, so now I have just a regular old Night Creeper. I have never owned that gentleman right there.
Ooh, yeah.
Complete the Vulture. Vulture has the little grippy thing is not
He's
broken
such a great
off.
figure.
The paint looks good. Like thrilled. And then finally, because we talked about it on the show, I could not pass up Hot Bod Cabin Tiger Force Snake Eyes. Had to happen. And yes, for anybody watching who has not heard that episode, yes, this is Night Creeper Leader, but not in my army. This is Hot Bod Tiger Force Snake Eyes. Because it just doesn't make any sense at all as Night Creeper Leader, especially if you've seen Revenge of the Pharaohs, which, by the way, if you have not listened to our Revenge of the Pharaohs episode.
You're missing out.
Or watched it.
Yeah.
Audible,
You
Audible
can
Army.
watch the video exclusively on audiblearmy.com, and it is quite an experience, let me tell you. But it led to me, I Heart Geek is going to be a thing for us going forward.
We're making it happen.
We are going to make it happen. And I don't have any more I Heart Geek buttons with me today, but I will have some at Joe Fest. I will have some at Dragon Con. I think the demand for those is going to be more than any of us would have expected prior to discovering the magic of the Deke.
Yes.
All right. Anything else? What do you got?
Well, so I have this thing since Joe Fest where it's not just like, oh, let me get some O-ring figures. I like to try and find some that are just a little odd. So my hunt was for a complete sneak peek because that pipe accessory, haven't found one yet. So I went with a gridiron.
Oh, man.
Because who doesn't need a football helmet when you're going into battle? And and this is not an odd figure, but you know, I love me some Eco Warriors,
Well,
and even though he's
odd.
not true, but this was a figure that I had before, and yeah.
Well, that's one of the rare posts. Well, what was he, 87 or 88?
That's what I was trying to look
Toxo
up.
Viper.
He was definitely not. It's 87.
That's
88 or.
okay. So he's one of the rare post 87 figures that I had, and I think it was one of those things where one of my friends just gave me all his stuff when he didn't want it anymore.
He's 88.
Okay,
Yeah.
good find though. And that
And of
actually,
course, Gridiron also was featured in Revenge of the Pharaohs.
that's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Acting like a bumbling fool.
He was a little bit of a doofus.
And I'm totally spacing on his
Top side.
top side. Thank
I
you.
actually I'm underneath here. I am Buzzer, the Dreadnought. The hair might have given it away. That was the costume I started putting on this morning, and then quickly realized that I needed a change of clothes because it just wasn't comfortable.
That's the costume that you will see him in our opening intro.
Yes.
And I have been bidding on this guy for probably like 4 or 5 months on eBay and constantly get outbid. And I got.
Is he complete? Does he have
He's-
the missiles and
he's
the
complete.
helmet and everything?
Mhm.
Nice.
Destro's Den.
There you go.
So,
Yeah, and I think Destro's Den thing is like everything they've got is complete, unbroken. Like I don't think they even sell
Yeah. It does.
stuff.
no, they
missing
they have their
things.
wall with all of these on it, and they're all complete. But then on the table, they have some baggy figures that maybe are missing a gun, but they have their backpack.
But they're careful to point out
correct.
these might not be complete. But
Right.
anything else you pick up, like you can
Right,
count
like
on.
the reason why these are $10 is they are definitely missing
Right,
something.
right,
you know,
right.
like Battle Armor Cobra Commander might have his gun in his backpack, but he's missing the holes. Like,
Yeah.
it's like that.
All right. Anything else?
No, that was this. So I've been working with our booth all day, so I haven't gotten a chance to do a lot of shopping. This was the only thing I picked up from the show, but I'm going to try to make my rounds again a couple times. I'm sure there's something I'm going to walk out of here.
Well, then it is time to give away some prizes. Woo! That's right. We got a little bit of G.I. Joe trivia here. Who would like to win an itty bitty ditty bag? Yeah! All right. Gary, you want to give it a shot?
Sure thing.
Do you want a softball or a brain buster?
I was up way too late last night for a hard brain buster, so I'll take a softball.
That's fair. That's fair. Noel, you want to give him a softball?
All right, I'll start at the top here. What Miami Vice actor provided the voice of Lieutenant Falcon in G.I. Joe the movie?
That would be the man who made his cinematic debut in, I believe, Machete, Don Johnson.
Yeah! All right. Kristian, fetch that man an itty bitty ditty bag. They are
have
not
stuff to work
made to toss. All right. Who else would like the
Get better at
opportunity
tossing
to
your
take
sack,
home
sir.
an Audible Interlude itty bitty ditty bag? All right,
I'm gonna go softball because I stayed up too late last night too.
all right. Another softball.
Seems to be a trend here. All right. Which Cobra operative was at one time a peace-loving orthodontist?
Ooh. I'm failing on the softball. Dang it. I don't know.
Are we gonna let
He,
people
he
steal,
doesn't.
or
He might have the mind.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Dr. Mindbender, thank you,
There
thank
you
you
go.
guys.
Oh, look at that. We appreciate teamwork here at Audible
Teamwork
Interlude.
makes the dream work.
Yeah.
All right. You up for it? All right.
Yeah, softball.
Softball.
Been too long since I watched the series.
All right. Which member of the G.I. Joe team was shocked to find that his uncle's restaurant had been turned into a Red Rocket franchise in the episode Red Rocket's Lair?
That's a softball?
Yeah. I want to say Roadblock.
You would be saying the right answer.
Nice.
Very well
Comes from a
done.
long line of gourmet chefs.
Yes.
All right. Any more? You in the back? No, come on.
Go for
Give it a
it.
shot. There's
You
no
have nothing to
embarrassment in
lose
this
but your
room.
dignity.
We'll help you.
All right. You only have one more softball left, so
I'll take a
unless-
softball.
Well, all right. What dreadnought was packaged as the driver of the Thunder Machine?
Oh, can I describe him?
Yes, we will accept a description.
Okay, green and black hair, football shoulder pads,
What's your favorite skateboarding magazine called?
Thrasher.
Bam!
Very good. Very good. All right.
Can we hear one hardball? Because those were the softs.
Yeah.
Yes. we can do hardball.
Throw a hard ball out there, and if anybody knows it, I'll tell you what. If anybody can answer the hard ball, we'll give you a hat. How about that? All right.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll throw the questions
Throw,
out and
throw out the hardest.
we'll do shows of hands.
Throw out the hardest hard ball.
The hardest hardball. All
Hardest
right.
of hard balls.
All right, here we go. What is the code name of the character introduced in the Devil's Due comics, who is the son of Crimson Guardsman Wade Collins? And we've discussed this recently on our podcast.
Pays to watch.
Repeat it.
What is the code name of the character introduced in the Devil's Due comics, who is the son
Sir, stop typing on your phone.
of Crimson Guardsman Wade Collins?
Google.
He was just in the Larry Hama, wasn't he?
Was he?
Because he took the mantle of one, and then he's changed back, but I don't remember what
There
it's.
may be more than one acceptable answer for this question.
Yes. Well,
That's
there's
right. I didn't think of that.
really there are three acceptable answers.
Yes.
Well, you said code name, but I think we would accept the name.
Did you say Snake Eyes 2? Would that be acceptable? Because he's.
You know what? What do you think?
I mean,
I think that's acceptable.
All right.
I think we'll take that. We'll take it.
All right.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Also
So,
known
But how do you
as
tell him apart from the other snake
Is
eyes?
he wearing a bandana now?
oh yes, that cements it. You earned your hat.
Yes.
Also looking for Kamakura or Throwdown.
Okay.
Throwdown is the new. We were like, we can't call him Snake Eyes 2,
yeah.
so we'll call him Throwdown.
I don't know why Kamakura isn't used anymore, considering they're selling a Kamakura toy now. But Larry
My
Hama's
heart-
gonna do what Larry Hama wants to do.
That's right.
My heart will always belong to Bandana Snake Eyes.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
just
All right.
That's the way to
can't
go.
go wrong.
Grunge Snake Eyes.
Want to do a couple more here? Or we.
No, I think we're good.
It's time.
It is time to determine the greatest team of all time. All right. Kristian, if you could hand me the world's largest marker.
Is it a Mortimer Ichabod mark?
Oh,
Christian makes a good
well,
hostess.
I think old Mortimer might have been canceled. Okay, so
People were sniffing.
we're gonna have to figure out how to
marker and
manage all of this.
It was the 70s, man.
But
picture pages.
we have a giant tournament card that we are going to fill out with your help Oh, you know what, Christian? I think you're gonna have to do this because if I move the recorder, this entire thing is gonna
Yay.
fall apart.
I have really bad handwriting, so you guys
Perfect.
won't know.
Yeah.
Well, here, let's do this then.
Here, I'll move
Let's
this,
sit that right there.
and then this can go.
There we go. And I can totally reach all of that from this table. It's no problem at all. So we already had a couple of votes come in from audiblearmy.com. Oh, we gotta.
So we want to seed those.
Yeah,
at
we
the
want to
top.
seed this first. Noel, be our note taker here, if you will. So we
All
know
right.
Night Force, Python Patrol, and the Iron Grenadiers are already in this tournament. And just to refresh we'll save that. I don't want to read that whole thing because it's a lot of text. So, what other teams belong in this tournament? G.I. Joe sub teams.
Dreadnoughts,
Dreadnoughts,
Tiger Force.
Tiger Force,
Crimson Guard.
Crimson Guard.
Special Mission Brazil.
There you go.
Ooh.
Thank you.
I just got my set of figures. Ordered off eBay.
They are my sentimental favorite of the whole line.
And that wetsuits.
Rawhides.
That silver.
The raw.
Rawhides.
I've got them in here. Slaughter's Renegades, but Rawhide.
Oh, yeah, they-
either one.
Marauders.
Cold Slither.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are they? Is it different enough? I mean, they play music and run around and solve mysteries.
I think
It's all mystery.
I think Cold Slither gets on the list.
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna accept that.
Cobra La.
Cobra Law.
Oh, yeah.
Iron Grenadiers.
Got it on the list already.
Okay.
Marauders.
Slaughter's
got the
Marauders are
Slaughter's
separate.
Renegades and Slaughter's
Yes.
Marauders. Okay.
Ninja Force. Ninja Force.
We knew that one was coming.
We hoped that one was coming.
But you never see it coming.
That's exactly right.
Excuse me? Have you seen the colors of Ninja
That's
Force?
how good they
How
are.
good they are.
Just like how Wolverine can blend in a yellow and blue suit.
It's
Because
just
he's
like
that good.
it's like Destro's Toy Den saying we don't need to be in the main ring.
Right.
That's how
Right.
good we are. All right. Anything else? We've got our list here.
Do you have enough?
There's the Plague from the comics. No big reaction for the Plague. What about the Coil from the comics?
Yeah.
Let's see. Sky Patrol.
Sky Patrol.
Sky Patrol.
You want Sky
Going
Patrol?
Sky Patrol?
All right.
Alright.
Sky Patrol.
Somebody's got to lose.
It's true. The DEF. The Drug Elimination Force. Eco Warriors.
Eco Warriors.
Eco Warriors, all right. Dino Hunters.
We got a thumbs up for Dino
Yeah.
Hunter.
Dino
Yeah,
Hunters.
why not?
Okay, Dino Hunters.
Somebody's
All
gotta
right.
We
lose.
got one more spot open.
One more spot. We've got Battle Force 2000, Star Brigade, Mega Marines.
Mega Marines.
Mega Marines.
Mega Marines.
Okay.
They come with
All right.
Play-Doh, why not?
All right.
Okay, so as I am filling this out, well, I guess we've got to figure out who goes against who. Noel, are you good at seeding tournaments in about 30
Well,
seconds?
yeah, I mean, we're just going to go top.
Here's what we're going to do. Noel, you figure out how they're going to go against each other, or did you already do it that way?
No, I didn't. Well, if we're just going to run down the list here, we're going to go one.
Oh, that's all we're going to do? We're not going to try and...
Yeah.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what? Yeah, let's make
All
it.
right.
Yeah.
Let's go crazy
Fair
Broadway style.
We've only got an hour. Come on.
That's true. We don't even have an hour, but we're probably going to take an hour. All right. All right, Night Force.
That is the world's
You
biggest
know,
marker.
seeing
It's
as how
ridiculous.
Night
Mega
Wars.
Marine. That'll be Mega Marines because that's
Oh,
one
wait,
versus
are we-
16.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're going to have to tell me as we go then, because that's...
Seeing as how Night Force was voted in by AudibleArmy.com,
This
I'm
would be
curious
2,
for
maybe
you all
Okay.
here in the
Just tell me
audience,
the names.
where do you
Python.
stand with Night Force?
I love Night Force. I think it's a great set of looks.
And then
I actually
You're
prefer-
also
Dino
wearing
Hunters.
black, so I'm not
Yeah.
surprised.
I've been goth since 1987, so
Iron Grenadiers,
that's what we need. We need GI goth.
Eco Warriors.
Yes.
All
They
to
keep
fill
getting
this
thrown out of the
dead
water pool.
air,
They make it smell like clothes.
Christian, read some of these descriptions and get everybody familiar with who we're dealing with.
Yep. When the sun goes down, the G.I. Joe Night Force Squad is ready for action. Night Force is a covert team specializing in nighttime surveillance and defensive operations. Missions conducted in darkness have special problems. Okay. Which the Night Force Squad has overcome with enhanced skills. A flashlight. Sophisticated hardware and advanced technology. They use the element of surprise to vanquish the enemy. Python Patrol is an elite unit of troopers that have been handpicked from various Cobra Viper units. They are specially trained and equipped for stealth and infiltration missions. They wear camouflage uniforms to mask their presence, which confuses the G.I. Joe radar detection systems. The Python Patrol is a dangerous unit, but it will take more than their uniforms and slithering nastiness to get the best of the G.I. Joe team. The Iron Grenadiers are an elite strike force that spread Destro's reign of terror throughout the world. The vehicles are armed with the latest in combat weaponry as they charge into battle against G.I. Joe and Cobra. Tiger Force, a special unit within the G.I. Joe team, is called up for a secret and highly dangerous mission in the remote jungle. Wait, so that's all Tiger Force can do?
Yes, that's it.
If it's not in the jungle,
Well,
they're
why
like...
do you think they have that camouflage that blends into the jungle so well? All right. Hand this over, and let's set this up over there.
On our tiny round table.
Yes. You can move the big bad box.
I'm using it for support.
Oh, that's probably a good idea. All right.
If y'all can move it a little bit closer so it'll be in there.
Okay. Yeah, scoot the table back over here. You're just going to have to stay out of there.
Perfect. That's much better.
I got it? Okay.
Yeah.
It's why I lotioned my hands earlier.
Thank you, Director.
Vanna.
Will.
That is,
Go
is
Vanna.
Kristian's
Is Kristian in the shop right now?
No, it's not.
No?
Good.
The board is.
Okay. So, here's what we got. Night Force versus Mega Marines. Python Patrol versus Dino Hunters. Iron Grenadiers versus Eco Warriors. Dreadnoks versus Sky Patrol. Kristian?
Tiger Force versus Ninja Force. The Crimson Guard versus the Marauders. Special Mission Brazil versus Cobra Law. And the Renegades versus Cold Slither.
Ooh, this is going to be difficult. All right. We'll start at the top. And we're going to need show of hands and make some noise. So, who thinks Night Force should move ahead? Whoa! Mega Marines. All right.
You all disappoint me.
Kristian, you take over the marker.
Man.
You don't have to write, just cross out the
That's
one
what
that
I'm doing.
lost. Yeah.
No
not
love
that
for
far.
Play-Doh?
Just one strike through should be good. 'Cause
No.
I'm gonna need this for reference
Oh,
later.
okay.
All right. Python Patrol. Woo! Oh, wow. Dino Hunters.
Yeah! Chaos!
That's an upset.
There's a reason why there are so many Jurassic Park movies.
Iron Grenadiers.
Yeah!
Eco Warriors.
Yeah.
Iron Grenadiers got that one, yeah. All right. Dreadnoks.
Yeah.
Sky Patrol. Wow, crickets. Crickets.
Someone's got to lose.
Okay. Tiger Force.
Yeah.
Ninja Force.
Yeah!
Go with Ninja Force on that one.
Poor tiger.
Crimson Guard. And
Yeah!
keep in mind, that encompasses all of the red troopers and everything. All right, sorry. Crimson Guard.
Yeah.
Marauders.
Woo.
Yeah! Ooh, okay. Look, we got to do that one again, and keep in mind, This is very important.
Decibel level is important.
This is important to the internet. The internet needs to know. Crimson Guard.
Yeah!
Slaughters Marauders.
Yeah!
Slaughters Marauders.
Hey,
Take that,
Thank
guard.
goodness. Move ahead.
flip side.
Oh yeah, Crimson Guard doesn't win, but Marauders are still.
Special Mission Brazil.
Yeah!
And Cobra.
Yeah! I'm the only one.
Special Mission Brazil moves on. Slaughters Renegade.
Yeah!
And Cold Slither.
Slither.
All right, Cold Slither moves on.
Gotta have a rock band with me.
As fun as it would have been.
Now we have Night Force versus Dino Hunters. Night Force.
Yeah!
Dino Hunters.
Yeah!
Night Force moves
I
on.
appreciate your enthusiasm, sir.
Iron Grenadiers versus Dreadnoks. Iron Grenadiers. Dreadnoks.
Yeah!
All right, Dreadnoks move on. Ninja Force versus Slaughters Marauders. Ninja Force.
Yeah!
Slaughters Marauders.
Yeah!
Ninja Force is out of the game. All right, Special Mission Brazil versus Cold Slither. Special Mission Brazil.
Yeah!
Cold Slither.
Yeah!
I know.
The cobra that got away.
Oh,
Is this going to be Dreadnought versus Dreadnought?
Yeah.
of course it is. So, Night Force versus. Okay. Night Force.
Yeah!
Dreadnought.
Yeah!
Force is out. Slaughters Marauders.
Yeah!
Versus Cold
Slither.
Slither. So we have Cold Slither versus the Dreadnought.
If you've read the latest issue of Cobra Commander,
Let's hear it for the Dreadnoughts. And Cold Slither.
You'll be joined.
Ladies and gentlemen, Audible Army Toylanta 2024, we have determined it right here live. The greatest team of all time in the history of G.I. Joe is Cold Slither! Thank you so much for coming out and enjoying Audible Interlude Podcast Live. Find us on the Needless Things YouTube channel. Follow us at Audible Interlude Podcast on Instagram. We really appreciate being here, having fun, talking to people about G.I. Joe. Next up, the Four Horsemen and their mythic legion. So stick around for that. It's going to be an incredible panel. I don't know if it's going to be streamed or not, but I know you're going to want to catch it if you're here. It is going to be streamed.
Probably someone's going to stream it.
Yeah, you're probably right.
There's a ton of people with phones and stuff.
That is filling
Okay.
me with confidence.
Where were those people when we were doing our thing? Anyway, we're going to
They
get
were
out
at
of the
the
way.
Cold
It is
Slither
time
show.
now for the legendary Four Horsemen.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.